What is up, everybody? We got a Jets Media Live play-by-play reaction tonight. But it's a different game. It's not the Jets. We're not watching the Jets game tonight. Or are we? Perhaps you can argue that we are watching a very important game that could be the future of the New York Jets tonight, folks. The future of the New York Jets could be playing tonight. Fernando Mendoza taking on Dante Moore. Who do you think is going to win this game? Let me know in the comments. We're live here on YouTube throughout the entire game to give you my live play-by-play reaction. Welcome in to a Jets Media Live watch party. Let's go. I'm excited for this one, baby. Will we see the future of the New York Jets tonight? We got a few months to find out. So make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button on your way into the show. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Happy Friday. We got a lot of fun things going on right now. So shout out to the freaking chat, baby. Let's go. I'm fired up. Who do you guys got winning this game? Who do you guys got winning this game? A special Friday night. Because, you know, I'm used to going live every weekend about the Jets, but the Jets don't play. We're out of the playoffs. Shocker. Let me put a chat. Who do you have winning this game? Indiana? It's really the Mendoza versus Moore show. Let's keep it a buck. Who do you guys think is going to win? Let me know in the chat. We got Greg in the chat. Hope it's a good game. Me too, man. Game master. Don't matter to me who wins. I just want a great game. Facts. Tank for tie. Indiana by 14. Fib says Oregon 45, Indiana 41. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I mean, I hope it is for entertainment purposes. But I think we got two pretty solid defenses. This feels like it's going to be a low-scoring game. That's a gritty football game, man. I'm hoping for a shootout, but I don't know. You never know what's possible. You never know. So we got a little bit of time before a kickoff, but I wanted to go live and talk to you guys here. What exactly are we watching? What are we looking for? Hope you guys are enjoying your night. All right, let's get into the chat. Let's hear what you guys have to say about everything right here on Jets Media. Let's do it. Richie doing college. Now, there's a reason why we're doing college, folks. For the people that don't know why we're doing college, it's because the Jets have the second overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. And which means there's a very high chance that the New York Jets will be drafting one of Fernando Mendoza or Dante Moore. If Dante Moore, of course, declares. If Dante Moore declares, there is a big possibility that the Jets are drafting Dante Moore or Fernando Mendoza at number 2. Is it guaranteed? No. Could the Jets decide that they don't love whatever quarterback is available, whether it is Moore or Mendoza? Yes. Could they trade out of the pick? Yes. Could they go a different direction at quarterback completely where they're not even drafting a quarterback at number 2? Absolutely. But we got to keep our minds open. We got to figure out every single opportunity for this Jets team to find their quarterback. And the draft is the most common scenario, especially when you have the second overall pick. You have first dibs on the second best quarterback in the entire class, based off of your evaluation, of course. Because I think that, you know, we've seen quarterbacks be the 4th or 5th or last drafted in their class, but they're still great. Situation matters. And we're going to be chatting. Like, we're not going to go, you know, throughout this game. I'm not going to be going deep into the game like we would if it was a Jets game. We're going to keep the Jets talk throughout this show. Right? This is, you know, we're live in the offseason talking Jets football. All storylines around the New York Jets while we're watching the game together. So this is going to be less of me, like, doing a deep play-by-play reaction, going deep into the game and stuff like that. We're going to watch along, react to the plays, you know, get into the game, and just, you know, discuss Jets offseason stuff. So that's great. That's great. Game Master says, LMAO, just realized you for streaming a game you shouldn't get mad at the play. Facts. It's going to be refreshing. There's nothing that can happen tonight that's going to piss me off, that's going to make me frustrated. You know, usually you guys are used to watching my Sunday Jets reactions of me losing my mind, watching a dysfunctional team go out there and look absolutely trash. That's what you're used to. But tonight, that won't be the case. Stress-free, baby. Stress-free tonight. The best case scenario for the Jets tonight is if Dante Moore balls out and wins. So he can go into the championship and boost his stock in the draft to make sure he declares and to make sure he's a Jet. Now, Trinidad Chambliss from Ole Miss, we have some news about him where there's a big chance that he declares to the NFL draft because he's not eligible to return to NCAA. They rejected him 6th year. So that's another quarterback that we can add to the mix. I just uploaded a video on the channel literally an hour ago about a potential Jets coordinator that they're bringing on in for an interview, their first known official interview. What are you guys' thoughts of that video? If you didn't check it out, make sure you do so right now. Make sure you check it out. The pass game coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings, behind Brian Flores Jones, former LSU defensive backs coach, former LSU defensive coordinator under Brian Flores. I don't think he's going to be the guy, but it's the first known name that the New York Jets are bringing in for an interview. They at least requested to interview him. But what's the difference? They're going to interview him. So, folks, if you could do me a favor, smash the like button if you did not already. All right? Smash the like button if you did not already. Would greatly, greatly appreciate if you guys were able to do that. Let's go. Glenn's in the chat. How's it going, Glenn? Hey, Richie, you might think this is funny, but Beck might be the best choice to be a quarterback in New York. His maturity and experience, New York will not overwhelm him. Yeah, I mean, you got to give Beck credit. You got to give him credit. I mean, he had that winning touchdown, but I don't know, man. There was a lot of opportunities he had to go down that field on that last drive in terms of throws that he missed, abandoning pockets. I didn't come away super impressed with Carson Beck. I'm not whoa, this guy's a top pick. But he could be an option, of course. All options are open. All options are on the table as always. I think Chambliss was the better quarterback last night, even though he lost. So Nick716 says, Richie, do you have any inkling at what your GM wants in a quarterback, and do you think they don't take a quarterback in the first or second rounds? Basically, what I know this Jets regime in their quarterbacks are quote-unquote winners. That's what Aaron Glenn said. But then he goes out there and signs Justin Fields. So you're just what does that even mean? You want winners. Yeah, we all want winners, but what does that even mean? Who's a winner right now? You know, if you ask me who's a winner in college, it's obvious. Fernando Mendoza. I mean, we'll see tonight. Whoever wins the game tonight is technically the winner of the class. Because when you have a potential number 1, number 2 overall pick facing off against each other in the playoffs, get your popcorn ready, man. This is what it's about. You know, some people actually believe that Dante Moore is better than Fernando Mendoza. There's scouts that have him ranked above Mendoza. So it's not 100% that Mendoza's going number 1. I would say it's a high probability, higher, the highest, but not 100%. Let's not act like this is a 100% guarantee, folks, because it ain't. It's just simply not. So that's why tonight's game is so interesting, is if the New York Jets are picking at number 2, which they are, the Jets have a real shot at one of these 2 quarterbacks. If, of course, Mr. Dante Moore himself declares for the 2026 NFL Draft, which we won't know for another few weeks. I got to start my live stream here on TikTok. I've been killing on TikTok lately, baby. Go check me out on my iPad. I'm about to Look, you can see what my setup looks like. There's the game I got on my TV. Look at that. I don't know how I'm doing this, but cool perception. Got my double monitors, sound desk, I don't know. There's my light. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see. Oregon, Indiana, watch party. We're going live on TikTok right now. Let's fire this up. Go live. Boom. Go follow me on TikTok, folks. Jets Media. NY Jets Media. If you're on TikTok, I'm on there. I'm also on Instagram, on X, all platforms. Baby, come through. It's a different feed on TikTok because I'm on my iPad, so it's a different view. All right, this is it, baby. It feels really refreshing that I'm not stressed out right now. Usually I'm stressing out. Usually I'm like, I got an anxious ball in my stomach, like I'm about to play or something. But that ain't the case, baby. Feels good not to have a little stress ball in my stomach, right? You know, even games that mean nothing. I don't know how to explain it. I may have a illness. I don't know what it is, but I know there's some Jets fans out there that can relate to this. I know I'm not alone. I know for a fact I'm not alone. But no matter what the Jets game is, no matter how high stakes there is or low stakes, which usually most Jets games are meaningless, I'm always like nervous going into them. And I don't know if it's nerves because I'm scared or it's just nerves of excitement or it's just like, I don't know what it is. Someone diagnosed me with something because I don't know what I've always been that way. But even worse, when I was a teenager, I couldn't control my emotions. I would let the Jets literally control my life too much, and it was unhealthy. Which is why I became a full-time content creator, baby, so I can put that outlet there and then and then focus on my other life outside of that. But all right, let's get live on Instagram now. Why don't we? Okay. Boom, boom. We're also going to fire up a live stream on Instagram now. Shout out to everybody on TikTok. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys like and follow. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Prestige Shogun's in the chat. Richie, what up, boy? What up? Jets forever. Trinidad. Yeah, Trinidad looked great last night. That's for sure. Who do you guys got tonight? Vote in the poll. And I'm going to say it now just to get it out of the way so we can talk about it throughout the show, folks. But there is a reason why I'm wearing the hat that I'm wearing on my head right now. No, the Jets are not going to the Super Bowl. It's impossible. But you know who is going to the Super Bowl this year, officially? Does anybody know? Your boy is going back to Super Bowl week. And I'm so beyond thankful. Roundtable Sports officially got approved for credentials to go back to the Super Bowl. And I'm never going to take that for granted. I'm not going to be at the game itself. I'm flying home the day before the game, but we're going to be at all the festivities as a member of the NFL media, folks. Unbelievable. What I just took off my wall is my first ever credential from last year. This was last year's Super Bowl credential. Look at that. So we're going back next year, baby. I'm sorry, this year, not next year. This year. And, you know, when we get approved, it's just like I'm never going to make that feel normal. I'm never going to just be like, yeah, like I'm living my dream, bro. It's like, it's unbelievable, man. Last year was one of the craziest moments of my entire life, being on Radio Row, seeing all of the sports media members that I watched my entire life. So I'm taking it and I'm going to run with it. I'm super passionate and I'm super inspired. to do the best possible coverage of the Super Bowl I've ever done in my life. I'm also going to the Senior Bowl, by the way. Where are those credentials at? There they are. Got it. So this was the Senior Bowl credentials last year. We're going back to the Senior Bowl, which is exciting as well. And it's going to be back-to-back. It's going to be back-to-back. I'm excited to see all the prospects at the Senior Bowl. That's first up. So the first thing you'll see me at is in Mobile, Alabama. I'm going to be scouting the prospects. The Jets got so many draft picks, so I'm sure there's going to be some prospects there that a lot of Jets fans want, and I'm going to be able to interview them. I'm also going to be able to have access to interview the players at the Super Bowl, the coaches, all that fun stuff. Last year was ridiculous, man. Like it was amazing. It humbled me. So I appreciate it. We got a super chat coming on in. Tank for Ty. Congratulations, Richie. Thank you. Thank you. This is a Ty Simpson fan I see. Congratulating me. I appreciate that. It means a lot, brother. It really does mean a lot. I put a lot of time and resource, a lot of energy, blood, sweat, and tears into what I do, and to get recognized by being officially members of the NFL credential portal and being an official NFL media member is ridiculous. It's like, I look at this and I think of myself at 16 years old, and I just love you guys because you're the reason why I'm able to do these things. And I'm going to make sure you follow Roundtable Sports across all social media, because you're going to see Roundtable Sports posting like a madman, and I'm the brains behind everything. So everything you see at Super Bowl week and Senior Bowl week, know who your boys are around. We have a fantastic team that we're building underneath in Roundtable Sports in terms of a social media team. We got a bunch of interns, and it's a lot of exciting stuff. And by the way, like, if you are somebody that wants to get experience in a sports media world, like, you can definitely reach out to me and email me at richie@roundtablesports.net, because we have a lot of interns. Right now, we're finishing our first full season with the round of interns, and they were fantastic. We had a great internship program going on at Roundtable Sports. So just a thought, if you're interested to get some experience, or maybe you already have experience in the field and you're looking for more, hit me up. All right. This game is about to begin. We got the coin toss between Indiana and Oregon. I'm excited for this game to officially start. Finally. Make sure you guys hit that like button. If you do not already, let's get this to 100 likes as soon as we possibly can. We have a special guest coming at halftime to come in and share his thoughts about halftime. Stay tuned for a special guest at half. I won't reveal who yet. It's an epic coin toss. A lot of stuff going on. All right, Indiana wins the toss and they defer, which means Dante Moore is up first. Dante Moore is up first. Should I place a bet on this game? I may have to, bro, to add some more spice and energy to this. Right, guys? What do you think? What do you think, right? I could also get into some NFL bets. Guys, Sleeper is the proud sponsor of Jets Media. And Wildcard Weekend is tomorrow and Sunday and Monday. If you guys want to go over to Sleeper app, I'm making a big-time parlay. Went up to 100x your money over there on the Sleeper app. Using my code JETS will get you $20 for free. Also, a 100% deposit match up to $100. Huge shout-out goes to Sleeper for being a proud sponsor of Jets Media all throughout the season, folks. If you did not sign up yet, what are you waiting for? Now's the time, folks. Now is the time. Right ahead of wildcard weekend. Playoffs is always where you want to get some cash involved. So big shout out to Sleeper for being the proud sponsor. I kind of want to put money on Oregon winning. Dante Moore's up first. What do you think, chat? What do you think? Here we go. And he's rocked immediately. Big time special teams play. Do you guys know what other prospects are you looking at in this game outside of the two quarterbacks? I do love Elijah Surratt, the wide receiver from Indiana. Second round target, I would say. That's a name I'm going to keep an eye on. That's for sure. But Dante Moore, 73 completion percentage, 234 yards per game, 28 touchdowns, and 9 interception. The high completion percentage, love to see the efficiency. Already an injury. Let's go. Guys, subscribe if you're new. We got 31,530 subs to start off the show. Let's see what we can end it off with. You can see the live sub count right here on the screen. If you guys want to hit that subscribe button, you'll see it climb. Help me out. Subscribe if you're new. All right, here we go. First play of the game is here. So what other prospects are you guys watching in this game? Yeah, Amari Washington is another guy I love. Pretty sure I had him in my mock draft that I uploaded a few days last week. Dante Moore's first pass. Oh my gosh, no way. You're kidding. Dante Moore throws a pick six on the first play of the game? You're kidding. Holy smokes. That's how this game starts? Oh, gosh. Well, that's interesting. Well, this is going to tell us how he responds. Right? He's going to tell us exactly how he's able to respond from adversity. I should have waited a little bit to put some money on Oregon, man. Well, that's an interesting start. Same thing happened with Sam Darnold. Pick six in his debut. That's unreal. What happened on this play? Just an out route? Did he just hold the ball too long? Was he late? Oh, what a play about the corner. Holy smoke. Well, that's like not what you want to see. You know, I thought this would be stress-free. Imagine both quarterbacks just look so bad tonight. Mendoza about to throw a pick six eventually. And then we're just like, well, both these guys stink, so we're screwed. I'm kidding. Well, I'm curious to see how Dante Moore responds. That's raw. That's so wild. Well, how do we expect Dante Moore to respond to that one? Let's do it, man. All right. So how does he respond to that pick six on his first pass of the game, first play of the game? So it's funny how this college game probably has the most Jets fans watching. Like, Jets fans are tuning into this game for a reason, and it's just hilarious how there's like a Jets energy in this game already. I don't even know if that makes any sense what I just said. But that pick six, bro, everyone's like, Dante Moore, let's go. He's a pick six. Like, what? Yes, the first thing I said was, remember Sam Darnold did that in his debut. And he bounced back and won that game, Sam. Sam Darnold bounced back and they won that game after throwing a pick six, 48-17 in Detroit. But pick six on the first play, that is just not great. So they get a first down on back-to-back runs. Let's see when they give. Oh, here we go. Dante Moore drops back to pass, little screen pass. Harris keeps his feet up. Beautiful. Balanced to stay upright. First down for the Ducks. I used to love Oregon when, what was it, NCAA? What was the year where like the classic NCAA football game was out? Like 14? I remember, what was it called? Road to Glory? Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I'm not sure if I'm using the right terminology. I feel like an unk right now. But Oregon was always my team. Not going to lie. I always loved their uniforms. And I was a running back on Oregon. I low-key loved Marcus Mariota. I don't know. So I don't claim to be an Oregon fan. I don't follow them. I honestly don't know anything about them. But I do always gravitate to Oregon for some reason. I did like, what's his name? Bo Nix. I loved him as a prospect. And second and 7. Dante Moore drops back, looks left, throws, zips it. How do you drop that, brother? He just threw an absolute dart through tight coverage to their tight end. He's a pretty good tight end. Isn't that like one of the top targets of this offense? Hit him right in the hands. Oh, brother. Yeah, you got to catch that for your QB. How do you drop that, brother? Third down and 7. How does Dante Moore orchestrate a high-pressure moment after throwing a pick six? Third down and 7 after your receiver drops a wide-open pass. He drops back to pass. Pressure comes. He throws off his back foot. Oh, he's got his man underneath. Beautiful. He saw the blitz coming. He knew he had to get rid of the ball fast. Drifting away, but he puts the ball right on time, right in rhythm, and gives his wide receiver an opportunity. Great play call, man. You see the overload blitz coming to the left side. Patience. You got the wide receiver going over the middle. Nice catch and run. Beautiful throw. Gets hit. Okay. I'm curious to see the level of poise of Dante Moore, especially after that pick six. I'm actually kind of happy he did that because now, like, he's really getting tested in terms of pressure. Handoff. It's a gain of 3 or so. Folks, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. We're live here to talk about this game that's live right now. Oregon versus Indiana, a chance to take on the Miami Hurricane in the national championship, folks. 2nd down and 7. Another handoff to Harris, and it'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Ducks. Third down and 3 now for Dante. He does a deep drop back. Goes underneath. Complete. 1st down. So the cool thing about that throw that I noticed is it was the first read was a deep throw down the left sideline. Ate it and then went underneath. And his check down was not even open. He had to throw him open. Threw the ball away from the defender. I love that. I love that. It was a deep drop back. He was going deep. Didn't like what he saw. Calmly went underneath. Saw his receiver covered. The defender was driving on his right, or the receiver's left hip. So he threw it to the outside hip away from the defender. That's a big time throw on 3rd down. Oh, he keeps it himself. Dante Moore, 6 yards on the ground. I mean, we'll see how this drive finishes, but so far he is bouncing back big time from that pick 6. That throw was beautiful. It's wild that there's a chance that this game will still be tied if they get a touchdown and Fernando Mendoza is going to touch the ball for the first time with a score of it being 7-7. Second down and 4. Approaching the red zone. Play action. Pressure's there. Moore throws in the run. Complete. I mean, he's been perfect this drive, bro. The only incompletion on this drive was a drop. If I'm not mistaken. The only incompletion he had was a drop pass. Am I wrong? Yeah, bro, the composure, the poise. I'm telling you, folks, after he threw that pick 6, my immediate thought was, how does he respond? Is this going to compound? Is he just going to, moments too big for him type of thing? Or he's going to throw another pick? Or he's just going to be an absolute where the talent disappears? Because that's the big thing about these young quarterbacks, guys, that I think we have to realize as a Jets fan, too. Perspective. Is a timeout on the play. So all the quarterbacks that the Jets have drafted, they're all really talented. But they've all shown that the pressure and the moment's too big for them, where their talent just vanishes. You know, like Zach Wilson's got talent, but I think Sam Darnold is the more perfect example because you're seeing him actually being a successful quarterback. But all Sam Darnold's talent, wasn't maximized in New York with the Jets. And also, they weren't patient enough. He needed to go through the growth. But not even just from a Jets perspective, just like college-wise, do you allow your talents to show up on the biggest stage? Because my point is basically what I'm trying to say is there's so many athletes in the NFL and even any sport that are so physically gifted and so talented, so athletic, but their mind is not connected and they're not built for the moment. The pressure gets to them too much. They worry too much. They're not thinking straight, thinking clearly. They don't have a clear mind to focus on their talent, to allow that talent to really fuel them and become great. It's all up here. So I think that is what I evaluate the most with these quarterbacks. Do they look poised? Because give me a quarterback that's not as talented as the guy next to him, but has the better head on his shoulders, football IQ, poise, confident leader. Like those qualities matter. It's not all about arm strength. It's not all about athleticism. Those help, but I think it starts there. So, Dante Moore right now in a very tiny sample size in this game in particular, showing you that resiliency trait. We got a super chat to get into. Sean Hughes. Hey, Richie. Hope all is well with you, brother. Appreciate the super chat, my man. Who have you got for the Jags versus Bills? Keep up the good work. I'm asking before watching the wild card preview on Roundtable Sports. Been working, so I'm not caught up. Well, huge shout out goes to Sean, who is a very loyal follower of what we do at Roundtable Sports. I'm sure he watches the AFC South Roundtable with his Jacksonville Jaguars representative, my man Dalton. And he tunes into Fourth and Forever, tunes into all the shows. So huge shout out to Sean. We really do appreciate that, man, for all the love and the consistent support you show. Listen, man, I want, the Jaguars in this game are probably it's going to be tough. It's such a tough game for me to pick because I've been the one person that's been hyping up the Jaguars all year, giving them their credit, but it's going to be a tough game against the Bills, brother. It really is. Here we go. First down inside the 20-yard line for Oregon. Dante Moore's changing the play at the line of scrimmage. New set of downs in the red zone. He hands the ball off to Harris. He gets tackled for a loss of 2 yards. It'll be second down and 12. So now the big question is Oregon going to be aggressive here and try to punch it in to tie up the game? You gotta, bro. Like this is, even if you go down 7-3, just getting a field goal here, and then you're giving Fernando Mendoza the ball with the lead before he even touches the ball, you're already digging yourself in a hole. You got to tie up the game. So on second and 12, you want to get something manageable to make a third down and a little bit more easy. So what do they do here? Go underneath. Screen pass. Let's see. Dante Moore, drop back, 3-man rush. He has plenty of time. Scanning. Deep throw, right side. Overthrows the wheel route. Incomplete. Tried to get Harris on that wheel and just off the mark. If he fit that in and hit him on the chest for a touchdown, that would have been a ridiculous throw. But he didn't. A little too high. He had him open. He had him open, man. He missed him. Got to make that throw, Dante. Third down and 12. You got to be aggressive. Take a shot to the end zone. Or, of course, just get enough to move the chains. Blitz incoming. Dante Moore, deep drop back. He throws. Got it. Touchdown. Woo! Dante Moore responds with a touchdown to Johnson. The same man who dropped that throw earlier on the drive. What a response from Dante Moore. Wow. That is a phenomenal throw. Oh, my goodness. Now, that is how you respond. Dante Moore, brother. Dante Moore. Are you going to be a Jet? Like, don't get me emotional now. Woo! That is how you respond. We haven't seen Fernando Mendoza. This game's great so far. As soon as Moore threw that pick six, I immediately said, I cannot wait to see how he responds. And he just executed. I'm tweeting right now. I'm like talking my tweet out loud. All right, just send out the tweet. Now, you don't want to see a pick six, but you want to see how you respond from adversity straight up. All right, what are we about to see from Fernando Mendoza? Fernando Mendoza time. How is he going to respond? Is he going to throw a pick six of himself? Is he going to throw a pick six of his own? Probably not. Man, Dante Moore. I'm impressed. You got my attention. Sean's back. Yeah, I hear it, bro. If we put in a similar performance to the one we did versus Denver, then I think we can do it. Stay blessed, man. Stay blessed to you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, if you play the way you did against Denver, you're going to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, the Jaguars are playing arguably the best football in the NFL right now, up there with the hottest teams in the league. So if Jacksonville beats Buffalo, they're a legit threat. Like, I'm serious when I say that. All right. Well, what a way to start off this game. What a way. I just saw my dad text me. I didn't see that. He said, yikes, that's funny. Pick six, first play. I didn't see his text that he sent earlier. Oh, that touchdown throw was nice, too. Woo! That angle? Bro, that angle that I just saw, the end zone view of that touchdown throw is ridiculous. He threw that ball right over the head of the linebacker. And now it's Fernando Mendoza's time. Handoff for a gain of a yard. Let's go. Second down or 9 for Fernando Mendoza now. Mendoza throws left, complete to Surratt. Now, I hope you all realize that there's a chance that Fernando Mendoza is a Jet at number 2. You guys realize that, right? There's no guarantee Mendoza goes number 1, especially if Dante Moore goes out here and beats him right now. And he looks good in the championship. So keep that in mind, Jets fan. If you're watching Fernando Mendoza, he could be a Jet as well. The fact that the Jets got the second overall pick and not 3 or 4 really sets that potential up as Mendoza throws a rifle. Back shoulder missile to his number 1 guy, Elijah Surratt. That's what makes, like, the things I love about Mendoza is, like, that's an NFL throw, bro. He loves to trust his guys. He's not afraid to let it rip. He puts the ball up in 50-50 situations. The placement's fantastic. He just feels like such a fundamentally sound quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, where his footwork is tied. He just has, like, I love Fernando Mendoza as a prospect. He's one of my favorite prospects, honestly, coming out of college in a while. because all that mental stuff I talked about, he checks all of those boxes. His football IQ is off the charts. He's not going to wow you with like athleticism or wow you with big time throws across his body. I don't need any of that, bro. Give me a quarterback that can make some throws over the middle of the field consistently. Throws down the field with poise and accuracy, trusting your guys. Let's see what he does here. 2nd down and 6. And there's a whistle. False start. Folks, make sure you hit the thumbs up button for your boy if you did not already. I would greatly, greatly appreciate that, folks. I really would. How many like buttons do we have so far on this one? We got around 67 likes. We can get that up to 100, all right? Let's get it up to 100. 2nd and 11. Mendoza hands it off up the middle. It'll be a gain of 5 or 6 yards. Third down and 4. Oregon was 3 for 3 on third downs. Indiana so far 1 for 1 on this drive. Let's see what the play call is. It's a pass. Looking left. Mendoza throws left. Got his man. First down. Great timing. You know, the one criticism I've seen of Fernando Mendoza's game is some people think he's a one-read quarterback, where if the first read's not there, he kind of panics and doesn't really have that playmaking ability to extend plays like we see with other guys. But what I look for is if your first read's not there, can you mentally process moving on to the next read, find your guy underneath? Here we go. 2nd and 4. Yeah, I see a lot of debate right now in the chat between Ty Simpson, Trinidad Chambliss. Yeah, I'm curious how this whole quarterback class shapes up. 2nd down and 4 for Indiana. It's another handoff, and it's a good one. And Indiana will be set up first down inside the 20-yard line. Wow, Amari Washington got moved on that play. Come on, Washington, make a play. We want to draft you as well. Ooh, Hemby almost went the distance. Look at the block. Look at the pull from the center, leading the way. That's just great football. Look at that block, dude. That's like textbook. Is that center a prospect that's going to the NFL? Because, wow. That was beautiful offensive line play right there from Indiana. 1st and goal, ball at the 6-yard line. It's a handoff, and it's a loss. First quarter is almost over. 2nd and goal. Mendoza, end zone. Got it. What a throw and what a catch. A seed. An absolute missile, bro. He has so much juice on that throw, dude. Omar Cooper Jr., 8-yard reception for a touchdown. And we got a game here, folks. Get your popcorn ready. Fernando Mendoza just let that thing on a frozen rope. The velocity on his throws is off the charts. Like, a DB doesn't have any time to break on that. A DB does not have time to break on that. Well, Dante Moore's got to bounce back again. Great throw. Great catch. Listen, man. Fernando Mendoza, he's most likely going to the Raiders, but, man, if he can fall to the Jets or if the Jets trade up for him, I love me some Fernando Mendoza. And in the chat can agree, Snoopy, I never wanted a prospect so bad. I know it's sad. The Raiders beat the Jets in the strength of schedule, whatever, out of your control. But what a respond, man. Fernando Mendoza. Throws absolute missiles. Like, outside the number type of throws, like, you know who struggles with the throws that Mendoza's executing right now? Justin Fields. Justin Fields, his biggest problem was throwing outside the numbers. And the reason for that is, like, whenever there's an out route or a play where it's designed for the quarterback to throw it from the pocket outside the numbers, Justin Fields is late and he doesn't have enough velocity. And also a big thing when it comes to Justin Fields is his release is very slow. So by the time Justin Fields recognizes, first of all, he's already late, and then he's winding up that long hitch. And then by the time the ball's out, it's just going to get picked, or there's just no timing, no anticipation, none of that. The only reason why I bring up Justin Fields is because that's the easy stuff that this offense was missing all season. And quarterback changes so much, man. That's why I don't want to give up, man. That's why I don't want to give up on Aaron Glenn just yet, man. I want to give him a chance. Go get a quarterback that actually is decent, man. Like, a competent quarterback changes everything. Let me rewatch this touchdown real quick. Beautiful. Just beautiful stuff. All right. We're almost at the end of the first quarter. This is a great start from an entertainment perspective, that's for sure. $40 seconds until the first quarter is over. It's going to hit the end zone for a touchback. Like, look at the timing of that throw, bro. Mendoza let that thing rip before he, like, even breaks. Like, as soon as the receiver breaks to the outside, the ball's already out. That's anticipation. Justin Fields would have had that ball so late. And again, the only reason why I bring up Fields, I don't mean to just bring him up and, like, beat a dead horse. It's just that's what Jets fans are used to at quarterback this past year. Big difference. 1st and 10 for Oregon, a handoff up the middle for Harris. That's going to bring this I'm assuming us to the end of the first quarter. I swear, Jets forever can give two craps about Dante Moore and Fernando Mendoza right now. He only cares about Trinidad. Jets forever. If the Jets had the first overall pick, would you want them to take Chambliss or Fernando or Moore? I know you're probably going to say Chambliss. You love your Ole Miss quarterbacks, brother. I like Chambliss too, by the way. I've always have. Will they get a playoff? They will not get a playoff. That's the end of the first quarter. Someone on TikTok is asking real quick, do you like Dante Moore? I do. I love Dante Moore. I really love how he responded to that pick six. Someone asked me, are you streaming the game? You can't see the game, but come over to YouTube. That's where the real party's at. Thoughts on Jermaine Johnson? I love Jermaine Johnson. One of my favorite Jets, actually. I think that he's a leader that this team needs. So I'm actually a big fan of Jermaine. I'll be right back, guys. We had a commercial break. I'll be right back. Lou with the super chat, my man. I think Manning goes into draft, no tax. He will have Brady. This is the only year they can control the outcome. He would make $20 million more in Nevada. Now that would be a curveball. Can you imagine Arch Manning declares nobody sees it coming? I don't think he will, but I hope he does. That would be great for the Jets. That will flip this entire draft on its head. Thank you for the super chat, Lou. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I mean, Arch is not going to the draft, folks. I said that even before the college season started. When everyone's like, ooh, the Jets can get Arch Manning in 26. I'm like, he's not going to go. He's going to need at least 2 years in college before he is going to go to the draft. 2nd and 6 for Dante Moore. They're running the ball well, and it's going to be 3rd down and 2. Third down and 2 for Oregon. Big play here for, Indiana's defense comes through. Hand the ball off and just get stuffed. That's big. The first defensive stop of the game since that pick six. I don't know about that play calling right there. I mean, that's just a blown block. Great play by the defensive tackle, but sheesh. First punt of the game from each team. Good punt that pins him at the 18. Now, how does Oregon's defense come through? It's tough. Are there anybody that would rather the Jets not draft a quarterback this year, get a bridge guy, don't even draft a quarterback early, and then target your quarterback in 27? Is there a world where some Jets fans want that to happen so that quarterback is coming into a better situation, or what? Yeah, I feel like not drafting a quarterback is too risky. It's too risky. Get your guy now to build now. All right, all right. To be honest, like, I don't really care who the heck it is. I just want them to be the man. I don't care when or how or like. The only thing I care as a fan is make the Jets as good as possible, as fast as possible, in a reasonable manner. Owen on TikTok asks, Richie, would you be happy if the Jets signed Malik Willis? Yes. I think Malik Willis would be a perfect free agent acquisition and still draft the quarterback at number 2, though. My prediction, early prediction that I would like to see is Malik Willis, Dante Moore, Tyrod Taylor quarterback room. Bring back Tyrod, sign Malik Willis, draft Dante Moore. I like that. I like that as a room. You got the solid vet, a Tyrod Taylor who has a year of knowing the Jets, knowing the coaches, knowing what Aaron Glenn's message is, knowing the offense. He can, and this is, of course, if Dante Moore declares. If Fernando Mendoza is available, you draft him at 2. This is just my assumption that Mendoza is going number 1. But if Dante Moore declares, you draft Dante Moore, you let him sit, let Malik Willis go out there and play for a full year. Honestly, I'd be fine with sitting Dante Moore for a full year. But we all know Jets fans would be relentless, saying, play him. Right when the Jets are like 3-9 or whatever. Play more. And listen, the Malik Willis signing, again, I'm not signing him to be the franchise quarterback. He's being signed to be the bridge guy. It's very obvious. That's why I'd be down for it. You're not giving Malik Willis $50 million like guaranteed or anything. You're probably going to give him a similar deal of Justin Fields. The Jets can afford that. Like, the Jets got to get a young quarterback with upside like they did with Fields again, but this time draft their guy. You know, they're going to take a swing like they did with Fields on a young free agent with upside for a decent deal for whatever the market is. 3rd down and 8 for Fernando Mendoza. Oregon sends the house. He's going to step up, tuck it. He puts on the afterburners. My goodness, Fernando Mendoza with those long strides picks up the 1st down. There's the mobility of Mendoza on full display. I don't know, man. This guy looks like a Raider. Like, he just looks like he's a Raider already. Especially now Tom Brady's part of that organization. You already know he's a Raider. I'm sorry. He's got wheels, man. He put the burr. I mean, I thought he was about to get caught. Wasn't that Washington, too, who was trying to track him down? He literally outran him. He just turned on the afterburners. All of a sudden, he got the juice and picks up the 1st down. Flag on the play. And the reason why I keep saying it looks like a Raider is like, that's me actively just not getting attached to him. Does that make any sense? Like, I don't want to get attached to Fernando Mendoza as a prospect because I just do not expect him to be a Jet. Does that make sense? I don't expect him to be a Jet, so why fantasize about it? All right, so there was a penalty, which brings up a new set of downs for Indiana and Oregon's 40-yard line. So right now, Indiana is in control of this game. That pick 6 really hurt. And then Oregon gets to punt the ball. So Indiana has control of this football game. Fernando Mendoza on 2nd and 7 throws, batted up with a lot of scrimmage. Oof, almost picked off. I've never seen a prospect like Fernando Mendoza that looks so NFL ready. Like, doesn't he just feel like if, you know how I said if the Jets get Dante Moore, you sit him for a year? If the Jets got Fernando Mendoza, you don't sit him. This is a guy that's ready to play next year. He's going to be starting for week. Oh, fumble! But he picks it back up. But he gets destroyed on 3rd and 7. Massive play from the defense of Oregon. A loss of 20. Oh, it turned into a disaster, and then it just turned. Wow. What happened there? Fumbled the ball. That was great. Great pass rush, but still able to get the ball back. All right, we got a game here. Let's go. All right, so how does Dante Moore respond now? Down by 7 points, 9.5 minutes. Guys, we got a special guest coming on in at halftime. Special guest coming in at halftime. Yeah, so some people say the difference between Moore and Mendoza is Mendoza has a high floor, low ceiling. Dante Moore has a low floor, higher ceiling, if that makes sense, where Mendoza, you kind of feel like you know what you're getting. Obviously, there's room to grow, but there's not this like all-time elite trait quality that some people think. Dante Moore feels like can evolve his game and become like a baller. I don't know. I mean, I see that in Fernando Mendoza, though. Like, I see a baller. I see, like, I'm not going to get spoiled. I'm not just going to look at the fancy, dancy, cool little flashy stuff. Like, I like the way that he processes the field. I like how Fernando Mendoza carries himself. Like, I think he's going to be a star, bro. We also got the Nick. Richie, I heard that you guys will trade for Kyler Murray from Shannon Sharp. You know, that's not off the list of possibilities. Kyler Murray, if you go after Kyler Murray, I still would like them to draft someone. Or if the Jets go after Kyler Murray, that could be that scenario where the Jets don't really feel in love with the prospects in this draft, and they go after Kyler, and then they draft the quarterback in 27. I mean, if Kyler does not play well, I mean, if Kyler, say, hypothetically balls out and plays his best football of his life with the Jets, then he's going to be our guy. But I don't know. Kyler Murray is such an interesting quarterback because this is a former first overall pick. But I'm not the biggest fan. I don't know. Like, Kyler Murray just feels like you know exactly what you're getting. You're going to get flashy plays. You're going to get the athleticism. You're going to get the big-time throws. But there's a limit. There feels like there's like a limitation with him. Right? Doesn't it feel like Kyler Murray's game, there's like just one of those like caps on his game where it just feels like we're never going to see another level. And you never know. And I don't think he'd be a popular acquisition from Jets fans either. 1st and 10 for Dante Moore now. Oh, my goodness. Is that a fumble? He just fumbled. Turnover. Is that not incomplete? I got to see a replay. Oh, my goodness. Was he hit as he threw the ball and it went backwards for a fumble, or was that an incomplete pass? Oh, my gosh. The ball hits his running back as he winds it up. No way, bro. Like, this is why the sport of football is just unreal. Whose fault is that? You blaming the running back for getting in your way? I mean, you got to give your quarterback his space to throw the football. That's the running back's fault, bro. You can't be in the vicinity of the throwing motion of your quarterback. Oregon's going to lose this game because of those 2 turnovers. I mean, they have a huge hole. They're about to be down 21-7. Oh, they stop him on this 1st and goal attempt. But, that was wild. Another opportunity for him to prove himself. Second and goal, handoff up the gut. He's short again. Half a yard away. I mean, are you guys blaming Moore for that turnover or the running back? I mean, any quarterback on the planet would fumble the ball in that scenario if the running back hits the ball while they're throwing it. I don't care who it is. Best quarterback in the NFL. If the running back puts his body in the throwing motion, it's a fumble. Can't happen. 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Indiana. Has run the ball 3 straight times, and now Oregon is down 2 scores. Guys, don't be so quick to just run to conclusions. We are in big trouble. He is not going to declare. First of all, there's still so much time in this game. There's not 8 minutes left in the game. There's 8 minutes left in the second quarter. We saw how Dante Moore responded to his other turnover. Let's see how he responds. The game is also not over. There's so much time on this game. The miscommunication just can't happen. Are you guys hitting the panic button? It's all over. We stink. The quarterbacks the Jets want are going to be bad. Is that what it is? Is that what the vibes are? You know, the pick 6 was the concerning thing. That fumble right there, I'm not really like. It's a miscommunication, which can't happen, of course. But it is funny how Dante Moore is completely. Now everyone's like, yup, oh, he's a Jet, all right. Yeah, he's a Jet because of that. He's born to be a Jet. He's destined to be a Jet because he threw a pick 6. Let's see how Dante responds again. But they're going to lose this game. I mean, they're down 2 scores because of those 2 turnovers. Like, Oregon's offense basically handed Indiana those points. 14 points from those 2 turnovers. That can't happen. Folks, I'm thinking of doing a live watch party for 1 o'clock, Buffalo Bills versus Jacksonville Jaguars with TD Finns Talk. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. We got Wild Card Weekend here. Who do you guys got in the games tomorrow? Who do you guys got in the games tomorrow? Rams, Panthers. Who else we got playing? Bears, Packers. A lot of Jets fans. And the funny thing about tonight's game, you know what's the best part about this game? There is so many people, Jets fans I'm talking about, watching this game tonight, and this is probably a lot of people's first impressions of these quarterbacks. Because not a lot of people are super into college football. And it's funny how this is their, like, one game is a lot of people's perceptions of them as a prospect. And it's the biggest game of their lives. So, of course. So, like, so many people are watching this game. And this game is really going to tell you the story of the 2026 draft. I mean, well, let's see what Dante Moore looks like on this drive, but I'm not coming away thinking he looks bad. I mean, I'm not forgetting that drive he had where he was throwing darts over the middle, tight windows, and that beautiful touchdown throw on 3rd down. I didn't forget that. Yes, that pick 6 was not good. And that second turnover, like, that was a really fluky one, man. That was not good. Running back, quarterback, miscommunication. Let's see how he responds here. If he turns the ball over right now, again, for the 3rd time, then that's where, okay, the collapse Not good. So let's see if he presses. Let's see if he plays with confidence and in rhythm. First play is a handoff into a wall, 2nd and 10. Second down and 10, empty set for Dante Moore. This is a big play to avoid a 3rd and long. He drops back to pass. Pressure comes. He goes underneath. He's got his man. First down, 15-yard completion to Harris. He likes throwing to the running backs in a nice little angle route. I mean, I like his poise in the pocket. I feel like he has good feel. And it's another handoff. Spin move. He's brought down for a gain of 7. Second down and 3. High snap, play action, deep drop back. Moore, anti in the pocket. He's going to go down, sacked. I don't know what was going on down the field, but he did not feel confident to let that ball fly. You saw his feet start to panic, and he's sacked. I think they tried to take a shot down the field, and Indiana was all over it. It couldn't let it rip. Honestly, if the offensive line held on for an extra second or two, it probably would have gave Dante Moore an opportunity to let that ball fly. He needed that type of route, a little bit more time in the pocket for that route to develop down the field. 3rd and extremely long. Moore is going to step up and get sacked again. Back-to-back sacks given up by Oregon, and Dante Moore gets sacked again. The stunts. Confusing that offensive line. The pocket collapses. Yeah, man. Not a great look for Oregon right now and Dante Moore. And Indiana's going to have good field position. Less than 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Woo! He's, Moore had one drive where you're like, wow. Outside of that, you're seeing sacks, turnovers. Do we rule out Simpson too? I wouldn't rule it out, but I don't see it happening. I feel like Ty Simpson, talk about ruining your draft stock. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, the Jets do not have the first overall pick, so they can't choose who they want. They got to get the secondary option, as we all know. How are you feeling right now, folks? How are you feeling? Do you feel like there is a world where you'd be happy with the Jets getting Dante Moore after this game at number 2, or are you completely checked out of him? Let me know how you're feeling about that. Super chats are coming in. Joe the Jet G. This is the worst case scenario. Moore is not ready. Yeah, not a great start to this game. He had one drive. Outside of that drive, pick six and another turnover, and then 2 sacks. Secondary option at quarterback. Euphoria with a $5 super chat. That sounds familiar. Don't it, Richie? Please no QB in the first. We missed out on Mendoza. Don't make the same mistake. Yeah, when the Jets had the second overall pick, they missed out on Trevor Lawrence. They draft Zach Wilson. The rest is history. I don't need to explain what the history is. I think you guys know that. All right, let's see if Indiana is going to start running away with this game in blowout fashion, or is Oregon's defense going to respond? High throw, but there's a man right away to bring him down. That's either a loss of a yard or just no gain. Oregon's defense got to step up if they want to make this a game. Yeah, I'm not ruling this game over yet. If Indiana scores a touchdown on this drive, yeah, it's trending in blowout territory. But if Oregon's defense gets a stop, you never know. Mendoza, sideline. Oh, my gosh. That's such a ridiculous NFL-level throw. And 1-2. Pass interference. It was a back shoulder rope to Elijah Surratt. He was getting pulled, but it didn't matter. It was still complete. I mean, he just puts that ball only where the receiver can get it. My goodness. All right, how do we trade up to number 1? How do we trade up? Second down and 3. Play action. Mendoza drops back. He's going to throw deep. Oh, my gosh. Touchdown, Indiana. What a piss missile. 36-yard strike. Mendoza to Charlie Becker. Puts it up. He brings it down. What a catch, too. Dude, Fernando Mendoza. I haven't seen a prospect that looks as NFL ready as Fernando. Oh my gosh, dude. Ridiculous. I mean, he looks like an NFL quarterback. I mean, look at his eyes starting left and then flipping it right, throwing an absolute dart. He's playing like a true number 1 overall pick. And the first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Fernando Mendoza. Because of strength of schedule. Joe the Jet with a super chat. We are going to wait till 27 and waste another year of my life rooting for this team without Indiana is putting BTS, by the way. BTA. BTS. Yep. BTA indeed. If Oregon does not respond right now and score before half, it's going to be a blowout for the rest of the game. Hand off. I have not seen a quarterback as NFL ready like Mendoza, man. Another fumble. Wow. It's an ultimate collapse. Dante Moore with his third turnover of the game. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. In this game, third turnover, kiss of death, the trifecta. I mean, Indiana's defense is just absolutely all over Dante Moore. The offensive line is getting torched. Look at these stunts. I mean, where is he going to throw the ball, too? Yeah, I mean, he's got one good drive. Dante Moore could be going back to school after this game. Mendoza breaks a tackle, breaks another one. Wow. I don't know if he's going to declare after this. 3 turnovers. Yikes. Third turnover. Do you guys think, I mean, this is definitely not a great thing because if you're a Jets fan, whether you like Dante Moore as a prospect or not, like the best case scenario is for him to declare, play well in this game and declare. Right now, he's playing terrible in this game. Do you think he's even going to declare? Because if he does not declare, then it's going to turn into a 1 quarterback draft, similar to last year where Cam Ward went number 1, and then Jackson Dart went in the back end of the first round. I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be more if he does not declare in that hypothetical world. You got Mendoza number 1, and then you got Dad Chambliss if he declares, which it looks like he will. Going to be the second quarterback going. I don't know about number 2, but number 16, number 33. And the way Chambliss played, like if you can get Chambliss at the top of the second round, but we know how the draft process goes. Like, I don't think there's a world where I'm sorry, Chambliss goes earlier than we all think. Dude, Indiana, their team is ridiculous. Oh man. The sad part about this game is watching Fernando Mendoza just ball out, and you're just like, yeah, we don't even have the chance to get him. Trade back to Browns, get Love and get Ty or Trinidad. So my question is, who are the Browns trading up for? Why would the Browns want to trade up to number 2, right? That's my question. If the Jets traded down, who's the team trading up for? Carson Beck, of course, is another option. Can't count the quarterback that has a chance to win the national championship. But I don't know. There's something about Carson Beck that's just like, oh, we got Raiders fans in the chat rubbing it in. We get it. You're getting Mendoza. What do you want from me? You know what the sad part is? I remember going into this year of college football, and all the college football pundits, everybody was telling me, oh, 2026 class is going to be the best yet. I don't know who to trust anymore, man. Because that was not just one person. That was the narrative that every draft, college expert, whatever you call them, was telling me, not just me, telling the world that 2026 is the year for quarterbacks. And now there's going to be one guy in Mendoza who looks worthy of a top 3 pick. That is absurd. Let's not forget some other classes. Like 2 years ago, there was 5 quarterbacks in the first round. You got Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, JJ McCarthy, and Bo Nix. 4 out of those 5 quarterbacks have proven to be good. Caleb Williams won his division this year. Drake May won his division this year. Jaden Daniels went to the NFC Championship last year. Bo Nix is the first seed. That was all one class, bro. Why couldn't the Jets have a class like that when you had the second pick? Like, so annoying. Oh, and Penix was in that class too. 6. Forgot about him. It's a lot of quarterbacks. I just don't get how, like, college football is not pumping out elite quarterback prospects more often. It just goes to show you how hard that position is, man. It's hard to master the quarterback position. It's not easy. And the ones that make it look easy are the ones that are great. And, it's rare. It's not one of those positions that you're seeing, the NFL doesn't pump out classes anymore. I mean, we've seen historic draft classes, even that Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen draft class, and Lamar Jackson. That's like one of the best classes we've seen. I mean, they're about to go up 34-7. This game's a wrap. Yeah, you can see Mendoza's football IQ 100%. Crazy stuff. Second and goal, toss, stuff. Oregon needs like a strip fumble. Pick it up for 6. What do you guys think? Third and goal. Doesn't really feel. It's funny how, this is the life of a Jets fan, man. You really can't even make it up. Can we just like soak in the misery for a sec? Season's over for the Jets, coming off an absolutely disastrous season. Can't even ask for a worse one. You don't get the first pick. And now the whole Jet world is watching this game with the hopes of Dante Moore balling out. Because if Dante Moore balls out, that means number one, he's going to declare, and number two, he's a dog, and the Jets going to get a dog. Instead, he goes out there, throws a pick six on his first play, and a touchdown to Surratt. It's a beatdown. And Dante Moore has a chance to really show who he is. Every Jets fan's rooting for Dante Moore like he's a Jet already, and he does this. It's like anything that has anything to do with the New York Jets turns into just a disaster. My goodness. A lot of people are saying that Dante Moore is going to return to school. Seems like it. Let's make a new poll in the chat because we all know who's going to win this game. Like anything that has anything to do with the Jets turns into just absolute ash. My gosh. All right. What do you guys think? Is Dante Moore going to declare after this performance? Let yourself be known in the chat. And like, say Dante Moore declares, is he even worth the second overall pick? Because in this moment, he had a fantastic drive, but outside of that one drive, it looks like the pressure's too much. Let's go, man. Let's go. What's the chat saying? Go, man. Well, we got a special guest coming on in at halftime, so stay tuned, folks. It's a fellow Jets content creator coming on in to talk about this Jets game. I didn't mean to say that. This is not a Jets game, of course. Feels like it. Dante Moore rolls out of the pocket, throws deep down the field, hits his wide receiver in the hands, incomplete. The Raiders are probably happy watching tonight. Moore throws over the middle, complete. Dante Moore, hurry up offense. Here comes up. Holding penalty is going to bring this one. Yeah. We got a special guest coming in, folks. We have Knicks basketball starting, though. Shout out to the Knicks on the West Coast tonight. What up, everybody in the chat on TikTok? How do I feel about Moore? Man, I don't know. Tonight was the night for Dante Moore to show the world what he's capable of when the pressure's at its highest. He throws a pick six on the first play, and then he has a good drive to follow it up, but then he looks like that. Not great. Dante Moore drops back, goes underneath, incomplete. Yeah, this game is becoming like just not even a competitive one. I mean, I wanted at least a competitive game, bro. This game's over already. That's trash. Do we shift our focus to Trinidad Chambliss? Excuse me. Wow. The jokes are writing themselves. Like now the national media has taken this opportunity to dunk on Dante Moore that he's a Jet. Someone tweeted, if you blur your eyes a little, you can easily convince yourself that Dante Moore is already playing for the Jets. Like, the jokes write themselves, man. All you can do is laugh at it as a Jets fan. It's like, we can't escape the jokes. We can never escape the jokes. Unreal. Hey, guys, maybe, hear me out. Hear me out, folks. Maybe Dante Moore will be a Jet, but in the 2027 class. Say he returns to college and he balls out. Hear me out. Hear me out. The Jets go bridge quarterback and they missed a field goal. Hear me out. The Indianapolis Colts blow up next year. They get the first overall pick, and it's ours. Woo! And we draft Dante Moore next year with the Colts pick. So don't worry. Dante Moore will be a Jet after he builds up his confidence next year. I don't know. I'm just joking around, folks. Obviously, but man, that is just not a great way to let your presence be felt when the whole NFL world is watching. Like, we know the college football people, they watch these games, but the NFL world is tuned in tonight to see these quarterbacks go after each other. The Jets got 3 first-round picks next year, 2 first-round picks this year, 2 second-round picks this year. Dante Moore is showing that he needs to go back to college. I mean, I was giving him his opportunity to bounce back again but he did not. I mean, 3 turnovers in the first half is just a joke. Can't do that. Can't do that. Yikes, folks. Fernando Mendoza is a Raider, bro. Like this whole game I'm looking at Fernando Mendoza. I'm like, yup, that's a Raider. That guy's going to be advised by Tom Brady. Yeah, guys, the more I think about it, the more I'm just mentally preparing myself for Kyler Murray. Not saying I'm pounding the table for him. I'm not saying I want the guy, but I guess I got to mentally prepare for that. I'm just opening up my mind for everything. So, folks, we have a special guest that's backstage that's going to join us now. As I hyped up all throughout the first half that we have a special guest. I did not tell anybody who it is yet. No one knows who it is, but you're going to find out in a second as we bring him on in. Let's get it started. Oh, man, what a game, bro. Are you kidding me that this is what we're watching right now? This is what happens when the whole Jets world is excited for a prospect. Let's get this started. Boom. Boom. Boom! Matt!
Richie.
How's it going, brother?
Not the half I think we were hoping for, my friend. Fernando Mendoza's awesome. He had a really good first half. And Dante Moore might just need to go back to school, not to avoid the Jets, but to get some more reps in because, my God, that was a really tough first half, dude.
I mean, can you even put it into words, Matt?
The pick six on the first play was very reminiscent of Sam Darnold in Detroit to me. That's where my brain immediately went. And we know, Darnold obviously had a nice bounce back performance in that game, and the Jets blew out the Lions pretty good. Moore drives him back down the field. They score a touchdown on the next possession. I'm like, okay, maybe we're in for one of those games. And then just 2 horrendous fumbles on top of that. A 3 turnover first half. Mendoza just making elite level throws. The first 2 touchdown passes were really nice. I was hoping this was just going to be a shootout, man. I wish it was like 35-35 at the half right now.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. And I think there's an echo on my end right now. Do you hear that, Matt?
It's not coming through me. Let me see.
All right. It's me echoing, and I hear it. Chat, do you hear the echo? Hopefully it's not. Because I hear it. I got to fix this. But Matt, we were going into this game with such high expectations, hoping that it would work out. All right. Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, that was something? Yeah, I changed this setting. I accidentally had echo cancellation turned off from another podcast that I did. So that's my bad.
No worries. I thought I was losing my brain. I'm like, do I have 2 tabs open or not? But all jokes aside, echo is gone. Matt, the jokes write themselves. Doesn't it? Like, this was the first time it felt like in a while where Jets fans were coming together to watch a college football game with so much hope and excitement that we're about to see our potential future franchise quarterback in Dante Moore. And we all have an idea. You never know. But Mendoza, the only chance we're getting him is if Dante Moore balls out, number 1. Number 2, we want Dante Moore to ball out regardless. We went into this game looking at Dante Moore as a potential Jet. And what does he do, Matt? He plays like a Jet. It's like
I mean, it's harsh, but yeah, that was a very Jets-like first half. I mean, I think we've seen rookie quarterbacks have a meltdown and have a 3 turnover first half, right? Like that's happened, down 35-7 at the half. I mean, did that not just happen 2 weeks ago with the Jets' second to last game of the year?
It's like you can't make it up. It's like the Jets write the jokes. I'm seeing everybody on X saying, like, if you squint your eyes close enough, I think Dante Moore is actually a Jet. So it's just funny, man. The Jets can never get out of their own way. But at the end of the day, right now, your prediction, Dante Moore not declaring after tonight or what?
No, if it ends like this and it's just a blowout, I think he's going to go back to school. And not for the reason that, like I said earlier, not because he's avoiding the Jets, just because I think he wanted a better finish. I do think this hurts his draft stock. And, as I was sitting here behind the scenes while you were getting everything set up, you were talking Kyler Murray, and like my brain is now just going all over the place trying to figure out which guy they're going to find to be the stopgap option for the Jets next year. I don't know.
Yeah, and exactly. You know, there's a million scenarios that we can go around, and Dante Moore was one of the million. And now with him not, you know, looking like he's declaring, have you thought about Trinidad Chambliss as an option? Maybe not a number 2 per se, or somewhere in the draft, because if Moore's not declaring, it seems like Trinidad is the second best quarterback to enter the draft if he officially declares.
Yeah, I think that's a very real possibility. I don't know where he ends up. I know, he was trying to go back to Ole Miss, and that was denied today. They're going to file an appeal, but we'll see. I don't think 16 feels kind of rich. They do have pick 33, so maybe that's either, hey, we'll take him in the second round, or trade up at the back end of the first round and kind of see from there. But I mean, I didn't think he had a great game last night either, in their loss. And I get it, like Miami's a good team, but it just sucks. There's no easy answer to fix this position, Richie.
Any thoughts on Carson Beck as a target?
I
That's
don't
such a tough
really,
question.
yeah, I don't really love Carson Beck as a prospect. He's won a lot of games, right? Like obviously playing for Georgia, and then playing for Miami, who's now in the championship. Has played a lot of college football. I just watch, and I don't see it with him personally. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong on quarterbacks in the past, but like that's probably like a fourth round swing. And what is he going to do? Marcus Mariota and Carson Beck, is that instilling confidence in yourself in this quarterback room?
No, I mean, that's the thing. I was rooting for Trinidad a lot last night because I wanted it to be him versus one of these two guys in Mendoza and Moore. And it's going to look like it's going to be Carson Beck. And, you know, obviously the draft is not the only route the Jets go. Do you think there's a world, Matt, where they go the free agent route, trade route, with the notion of drafting their guy in 2027? And maybe it is Dante Moore in 27. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe it is at that point. The issue that I think you run into, although it's seeming more and more like the Jets might not just have this choice, they might be having the number 2 pick in a one quarterback class. But if Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji, like if the Jets win 4 games next year, I don't know if that's enough for them to get year 3 and get the opportunity to draft those guys. So they might be setting up the next regime. And I hate to think like that. Like, I don't want that to be the outcome. I very much so want Aaron Glenn to work out here and be the guy. But I just have a hard time seeing if, they win 7 games in 2 years, that, Woody Johnson's going to say, I still believe, and I'm going to give these guys another go and let them draft their quarterback in year 3. So in my opinion, they better hope that they find someone who could at least elevate the roster to where they're hanging around 500. Who that is, your guess is as good as mine. I don't really have someone screaming at me. Like maybe they try it with Malik Willis and he's like, okay. I don't know, but they got to figure something out at that position because they can't afford to have another year like they just did.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the fan base is going to be, pitchforks out. And arguably, Woody Johnson is going to not be patient for another year. We can't see a 3-win season again and just keep believing and holding on to a rope that no one is really going to keep holding on to. So there's a mixture of a quick fix going on this offseason, but at the same time, still allowing this team to grow. And I think it's hard to find that healthy balance with the expectations. Like we have so much to talk about this offseason, Matt, but like expectation wise, what are we even like thinking about? And by the way, we're live on TikTok right now. And no one can hear you, Matt. People in the chat's like, who's Matt? I can't hear you. We're live on my iPad. Come over to YouTube. That's where the real party is. That's who we're talking to right now over here on TikTok. So come over to YouTube, Jets Media. We're talking to Mr. Matt O'Leary himself, who is a legend. But when it comes to what I was just talking about before, Matt, I feel like there's a perception going into this offseason that they need to go all in to win, but at the same time build for the future. How do they do that? How do they find the healthy balance?
That's another tough question, Richie. You're asking all the tough ones tonight.
I got to, man. I mean, like, I don't feel good, and I need you to, give me some peace of mind if you can with realistic energy like you always do.
I'll do my best. Do they have – well, they're going to have over $90 million in cap space to spend. in free agency, and they have 4 picks in the top 50 of this draft. So they obviously have to draft well. I think personally, they're going to spend not all the money, but I think they do most of their free agent shopping on the defensive side of the ball, whether it's a safety or linebacker, and defensive line, either the interior defensive line or edge. And then, at pick 2, who knows? Maybe they just say, all right, Mendoza's going 1. We'll just take best player available. And maybe, you add Arvell Reese to the mix. It's so easy I know we're going off topic here, but just thinking out loud.
This is not off topic. It's right on topic.
It's so easy for someone to say, well, if Dante Moore doesn't come out, you just trade down. But someone has to be willing to trade up, right? Like
exactly.
It's so easy to be like, oh, well, just trade down. Well, if someone's not there, player's not there, there's no Travis Hunter in this.
Yeah. Class. Someone said in the chat, oh, just trade down with the Browns. Who the heck are the Browns trading up for?
I don't. They have elite, one of the best pass rushers who just set the sack record this year. I don't think they're trading up for Arvell Reese or Caleb Downs or whoever else. So you might just have to stick and pick and take the best guy on your board, and just build out this roster. And
so do you think now with what just happened, there's a world where they punt on the quarterback in the draft, get a veteran like a Bridge, and then you go after 2027 for your quarterback? But the big question is, that's going to take a whole year of patience that I don't think Jets fans have. I don't think Woody Johnson has. Because if that's the philosophy, let's go after Malik Willis, let's re-sign Tyrod, and then we'll draft a guy in the mid-rounds or something. And then, you have 3 firsts, you have all the capital in the world in 27 to trade up for your guy. Maybe we get lucky and the Colts bottom out or the Cowboys bottom out and get a top 5 pick. But I feel like that's in that world, it's so hard to sell because Jets fans are already grown tired. And if we're not winning next year, I don't think Aaron Glenn's going to be here much longer.
No, and that's exactly it, which was, my point kind of at the beginning, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know if this staff and front office can afford to have another punt year because of the spot that they put themselves in. And I know it's draft picks over a 2-year period in 26 and 27. But it's just going to be a really hard sell if the Jets, like I said it earlier, but if the Jets go out and win one more game next year, they're 4-13 after going 3-14 in 2025. Why would anyone show up in 2027 to watch this? Like, are we just it's magically going to figure itself out? And I know the roster needs a lot of work and, maybe they build it up a little bit, but I'm spiraling a little bit here, Richie, because I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah, I love how I'm like, yo, Matt, you want to come on the show tonight at halftime? We'll probably be like, yeah, let's go. We found our guy, Matt. I mean, that's what when I texted you today, I thought we'd be sitting here like, dude, your thoughts, dude. We're gonna have a new quarterback, and now look at us. What do we even? It's funny how a few hours could do what a first half can do. You get a pick 6, a respawn of a fantastic drive. You're like, wow, what a respawn. We got a game now. And then we know what happened after that. But right now, Matt, Dante Moore does not declare. The Jets are staying at 2, and it's not a quarterback. Is Bain the pick, or who do you got at number 2 right now, if that's the scenario? I know that you always come out with a bunch of million different scenarios as a mock draft, and people roast you for it because they think, you're going to do the same one every time.
It's the best. It's my favorite. I love the comments.
Yeah, it's the best. I know it's the best part about what we do. But if in that scenario, what would you want the Jets to do at 2?
Bain's not a bad option. I think I would go Arvell Reese because he's kind of like I think of him as a chess piece on the defense. You can line him up at edge. You can play a little bit of linebacker and kind of like kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Where Ruben Bain, I think he's a really good player. I do wonder with the whole arm length thing if he's going to have to play more inside at the next level, and just how much is a interior defensive lineman at number 2 overall really moving the needle forward, where I think Arvell can give you a higher impact on the defense. And I think you can make an argument for Caleb Downs, and I'm not usually a guy who likes to take a safety that high. I was against it with when Kyle Hamilton came out, and what was that? I guess 2022. But the Jets just need like good football players. Yeah, like I can't. I'm at the point
especially
where
one that can get an interception.
Yes, he had a 0 interception season. Who am I to complain about positional value when they're starting players that we've never heard of that they just signed off the street 3 days ago?
Dude, I don't know about you, but like during my watch party for that Jets Bills game, I was questioning my knowledge of being a Jets fan. I'm like, I don't know any of these guys. There's like 3 people out there I didn't even know existed until this game.
Keedron Smith led the team in tackles in that Bills game. Who the hell is Keedron Smith? You follow this team every single day, Richie. Who the fuck is Keedron Smith, dude? Come on.
Oh, for real. I was like, I'm about to get called out. I don't know ball because who the heck is this guy that's leading the Jets? I mean, bring him back though. Bring him back. I mean,
sure.
He wasn't the other one. Name me the no names that we had. The Madden generated players that started or played some.
Yeah, I pulled up the box score. Trey Brown, Samuel Womack, Nasir Taylor, Kalen Saunders, Dean Clark.
Yeah, I mean it. Like the first 3, there's 3 guys that came out of absolutely nowhere. Like I knew Dean Clark from the undrafted free agency they brought in the offseason. Saunders they brought in as a veteran, but the first 3 guys you mentioned, I don't know, did they just pick them up before the game? Because that's what it felt like, unless they were there the whole time. I just didn't know.
No, I don't. I don't think so. I don't remember talking about Keedron Smith this summer.
Yeah, but that's the reason why I'm bringing this up, though, is like it feels like the secondary is an expansion team. Like Caleb Downs, I don't know about number 2. It would be more in a trade down scenario, but I agree with you. I mean, the Jets are coming off the worst season of all time in terms of not getting interception. Who do I care about possession of value? Now, I don't know if we can do it at number 2, though. That's the big thing. I feel like there's going to be a lot of debates, but does this change the entire 2026 draft class now? Because Dante Moore not declaring is going to be absolutely monstrous. And then you also talk about Ty Simpson, Matt. Any thoughts about him being somebody maybe at 16, at 33, trade back up? Where is your head at with a guy like Ty Simpson who officially declared?
There's some things that I like about Ty Simpson's game. If I was doing my rankings, Fernando Mendoza's 1. I would have had Dante Moore 2, and then Ty Simpson after that. He's another guy, though, that I think probably needs to sit. I don't think he's ready to start. He doesn't have a ton of starts under his belt. He's been at a good program the entire time at Alabama and has been a backup for a bunch of different dudes. But I think he's someone who would really need to sit, which again gets us into who's the veteran option. And then I worry about, like we talked about, there's a lot of pressure on Glenn and Muji this year. If they start out 0-4, do they just throw the kid to the wolves because we got to save our job? And I don't think that's the great answer for the kid's long-term development. So it puts them in a really bad position.
How do we just get Fernando Mendoza? How do we do that? Because this game made me angry, bro. I'm just jaw to the floor of Fernando Mendoza. We can't get him. He just looks like a Raider. Every play he made, I'm like, yep, Raider. I'm just preparing myself to not fall in love with him as a prospect, Matt, because we know he's not ours. But I agree with Ty Simpson. I think that it's going to be an interesting draft process. We know it's going to be a long process. I'm going to be at the Senior Bowl, and They got, what's his name, from Vanderbilt going. Diego.
I would not touch him with a 10-foot pole. I just don't like I don't even know what you would call it. I don't know.
Well, guess what? I mean, I'm going to the Senior Bowl, which means I get to interview him.
Oh, good. Oh, I mean, it'll be good content for you, at least positive spin.
I was like, oh, he's going? All right. I got to be prepared for that interview. What question should I ask him? I interviewed Jackson Dart last year. I felt like a rookie last year interviewing these prospects. Now I have a year underneath my belt, Matt. I feel a little more seasoned. I know what to expect when it comes to the prospect. I remember going on the field after the Senior Bowl practice first day. I'm like, wait, what do I do? I got to figure out. I just got to grab a prospect. So now I'm going to have a little bit more focus going in. But the other quarterbacks going into that class, I'll be keeping a close eye on. None of the top guys are going into the Senior Bowl. But, Matt, I don't want to hold you up too long. I know that it's late here on a Friday night, unusual time. But as you know, I do my live watch parties for the Jets games. Jets don't play this weekend. So I thought spontaneously, I thought of it today. Hey, probably should go live for tonight's Jets game to see our potential future quarterback playing, just to find out that, no, that's not going to be the case.
Can I offer you an alternative? Maybe instead of watching the second half, maybe we fire up the Tanner McKee all 22 and start scouting another option.
Yeah, that which brings up to my next point, chat. I don't think I'm making it for the full second half. I think your boy's gonna have to sign off right here with you, Matt. Actually,
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I don't know. I love you guys, but it's Friday night. Time to hit the hay for myself. But hey, I'll if things get crazy and there is a crazy comeback. This is also the longest half I think of all time. It's still halftime.
It is a long
like,
halftime.
What the heck? I mean, I'm just used to the NFL. I don't know if it's different, but I'm probably going to wrap up the show here, folks. The Knicks are on the West Coast, so I'm probably going to watch that and just hang out and decompress. But Matt, anything you want to say to the people before we wrap things up?
Yeah, I know you're a big supporter of it, and I appreciate it. So I want to shout out the Fix Your New York Jets video that I dropped today. It's been doing really well. So thank you to everyone who's tuned in so far. But if you haven't watched it, make sure to check it out. A lot of work goes into it. It's my favorite video that I do every year. Jets still aren't fixed, so I think I'll have to do a lot more in my future.
Yeah, man. I'll want to play the video that you make every year of the
it's
a compilation. Let me pull that up real quick because this is one of my favorites. So Matt, if you guys did not know, like he just plugged, he makes a video every single year of fixing the Jets. And only if they just listened to Matt, we'd be somewhere different, right? So here is Matt starting the trend in 2019.
Today's video will be fixing the New York Jets. I'm going to task myself with trying to fix the 2020 New York Jets.
Today, I am tasking myself with fixing the New York Jets. Today, I'm going to task myself with fixing the New York Jets. Today, I am tasking myself to fix the 2023 New York Jets.
Fixing the New York Jets.
This is my fixing the New York Jets for the 2025 season.
Oh, man. Year 8 out.
Today's video.
It is out. And I responded to this. The year this video is no longer necessary to make is when you know the Jets have made it out of misery. And Matt's response, well, this is what he'll look like fixing the Jets in 2067. My goodness. Matt, I hope that's not the case.
Richie, we're built the same way. We're not going anywhere. We'll be doing this until we're old and gray. So it wouldn't shock me if I'm still cranking out content about the Jets in 2067. But
God. I know. Some people ask me, like, when do you, like retirement? I mean, obviously, I'm not retiring anytime soon. I'm freaking 27. But I thought to myself, I'll be talking about the Jets till I die. I mean, like, if I'm 90 years old and the Jets are still a thing, I still want to live react to the games and make videos.
Yeah, live reaction from the nursing home.
Yeah, like who knows? I mean, maybe I'll have a different approach then, but I feel like this is just a never-ending thing, man. I'm committed, and we're here together. But make sure you guys go check out that video. He puts a lot of time and effort into it. We're going to wrap things up here. I'm going to wrap it up, folks. Don't really want to watch the second half with you guys. I'll still watch it, but I'm going to disconnect for the night. Enjoy your Friday. But quick little plug before we go, Roundtable Cast. I may be doing a live stream with TD Finstock to react to the Buffalo Bills game over the Jacksonville Jaguars on the Roundtable show. TD and I hate watching the Bills. Come over to the Roundtable Cast on Sunday. We're out, folks. Enjoy the rest of your night. Peace. Thank you for the super chats. Got to run through these real quick. It's Kyler Murray time, boys. Hope not. Dante going back to school after that whooping. We'll see about that. Just draft Bane. Us thinking continues. Caleb Downs and Malachi Moore would feed families. Thank you guys for the super chats and the love. We appreciate you all. Let's go Jets.